you start with the guidelines, which you are going to find on the scheme of work, the learning plan on Study Space. It's actually just above the upload area too, so easy to find. This is the one you want with the London Zoo written here. So what you're going to do is you're going to paste in your examples of corporate communications, and you can see here I've got a notice from the zoo, I've got a banner that was outside the zoo on a lamppost, copy of the website, that's a newsletter. This is Norman Nine Fingers, who was feeding the monkeys. It's clearly an instruction not to feed the monkeys, and this was some animal footprints with sponsorship on them. So that's the first thing you need to do. Now once you've done that, go down here and we'll scroll into this, and you have to answer these questions. So first of all, the methods of communication. Now I've found these different methods. There's a website, there's newsletters, the advertisements or banners, animal notices, the map that we got when we went to the zoo, the warning notices, and the zookeeper talks when we were there. So what you have to do here is just explain why each of those was really good. So really the advantages of each of these methods. And then we go through this list. The next one is the mission statement. Go and find it from the website. They have several mission type statements, a mission and a vision. Then advertising. How does the zoo advertise itself? See what you can find out. And don't forget, you could actually put in the public relations they used when those little baby tigers were born, I think at the beginning of April. So you could mention that in that section. Then we move on to labelling. So that's the labels on the animal zoos. Explain, were they similar, were they very different, and the different types of labelling. So the warning labels were quite different to the information labels. See if you can look at that. Livery means the uniform. Does all the, or do all the communications that we have here have a sort of a uniform in terms of their colour and their design styles? The strapline means the slogan, so Subway's is Eat Fresh, Tesco's is Every Little Helps. What's the zoo got underneath its logo? Endorsements, so are any famous people endorsing the zoo? Sponsorships. How does sponsorship work for the zoo? And there is some sponsorship there. So that's going to get you the P4, and then if you're going to go the D2, you need to do this: evaluate the effectiveness of business information and its communication as key contributors to the success of an organisation, using examples to illustrate your points. So you need to think about how well does the zoo communicate. And you could do that looking at the documents that we've looked at here, and just think overall, how effective is the zoo at communicating? We know it's there. You as a teenager, you know it's there. And how does it communicate? You can compare it to other businesses. So similar businesses you could think about. You could think about Thorpe Park and Madden Two Swords, other sort of tourist attractions, or you could think about other animal businesses, or indeed any commercial business. You could think how does the zoo compare in its corporate, in the effectiveness of its corporate communications. So it's obviously quite a tricky one, but you need to have some good points that you're going to make there, and I do want examples. I'm obviously available to help you, so have a go, draft it out, show me your draft. Okay.